Hey man, tonight, I'm on one. Anyway, hey man, tonight, went on a bike ride. Y'all probably can hear it, I don't know. It's loud as shit in this van. But, went on this bike ride, and we stopped at this midway point in a neighborhood that is predominantly white. In upper class white, rich white, among most standards. And on the bikes, in the parking lot, mostly because it's an overflow from trying to go to the restaurant across the street from the shopping strip. In the shopping strip, most of it is closed except the restaurants. And the people that are on these bikes, in the group that I'm in, are patronizing. Is that what's patronizing? Going to spending money at the place. So, shows up. I guess about 15 minutes after we got there, cops with their with those horns and sirens blazing and lights and shit, to the point where it being so loud and obnoxious and abrasive for no reason, to the point where the security guard came out and was like, yo man, turn this shit off because you're now disturbing other people, right? So I thought about it on my way home as I'm thinking about it now. So I decided to go ahead and talk about it. And again, I was in the front. But I was thinking, you know, this kind of shit doesn't get reported. Like when we talk about like crime, right? Or we talk about police don't harass black people because there's more white people that have been killed than black people by cops. Okay? But you're also 70% of the population, so of course you're gonna have more people. So that those numbers don't really match. But that's not to say, anyway, for that part. But it's nights like this that don't get reported because it's not really a big deal because nothing happened. They didn't beat us up. We didn't have no altercation. There was no angst or nothing. It was just you over policing people that are doing nothing wrong. And so it's those kind of moments as black people or as minorities in this country that always kind of jabs you, man, into the thinking of, God damn, we free here, we work here, live here, born here, all that shit. And then you also realize that you get treated differently here, man. And it's unfair because you see other people, other race of people, and of course white people is what I'm talking about, that literally get away with shit as we are being harassed on being on essentially public property, but private property. But I get it, it's America, we're not doing no crimes. So to me, it's a public deal until you make it otherwise. Because there's no reason for you to trip about somebody being on your property that's not doing anything. So, if you're gonna do that, you can't say that this American system and how people are treated here is the same, because it's not. Because even though I'm not killed, even though nothing happened, I even talked to a cop for a while, kind of to the most part telling them what I'm telling you right now, is that I've been in places where white people take up the street and they don't get policed like that. And so you can't, this land of the free shit, man, you gotta be in that shit and mean it or not. But you can't be in a situation where, or you can, of course, because it's America, but we're literally getting policed like that shit, like we're criminals. When you literally have a fucking ex-president that literally tried to stage a coup, man. That boy tried to take over the government. He tried to take that shit back. But you think that's okay? You get away with that, you're not getting harassed by the police. But we riding bikes in a parking lot, and you coming down on us like we breaking and entering. And the people actually out there that are business owners, there's people out there that are, I'm a teacher, there's people out there, you know, all kind of stuff. So then But then you talk about freedom, right? You Republicans. This the land of the free. People can do what they want to do. They can move around, do what they want to do, blah, blah, blah. That's not true. And you can move around, but you might be harassed. So is it really free to move around when you feel like, well, shit? And you know, it's funny because as soon as we pulled up into this place, I said, damn, they pulled into the place that they know they're going to get kicked out of. Because I knew in this white neighborhood, we were going to get kicked out. I knew it. It took actually a little longer than I thought. I was expecting about 2.5 minutes. But it took about 15 to where the boys came in strong. Ended up being about 7, 8 cops, man. 6 cop cars or something. Because we're sitting there on bikes. On bicycles. And so it's to be ridiculous, man. Really ridiculous. But it's cool. Because it's the system. But it's just hard, you know, to keep defending this place when you have that kind of shit as a constant reminder that you are not completely American and don't have those same rights to move around freely. It's just weird, man. But then you go to other countries that are quote unquote more oppressive to their citizens, and it's nothing like that, man. They don't oppress their people like that. The people move around free for real. Like that kind of shit, we would have done that shit in another country. Man, the people would love that shit. Because we would have been spending money in their economy with the locals. Now, this is a big business, so it's not like you're spending money with the locals, but the principle is you're not doing anything wrong. So then spend some money here or just hang out because you're free. It's promoted to hang out, you know what I mean? Like you go in China, or you go to Vietnam, you go to parks at night, it's tons of people everywhere. And they're not getting harassed by the police. They're actually promoting hanging out with each other. But here, depending on what color you are, you're gonna get harassed, man. And that's ridiculous. Still, to this day in 2023, man, 2022. And that kind of shit's happening. Still, like, come on, man. It's ridiculous. And you look at these Republicans and shit, and you talk about being the party of the people. We're bringing all these black and Mexicans into the fold. But at the same time, you're trying to pass a law where the states can decide there's interracial marriage, if that's legal or not. Y'all still fight against interracial marriage in 2022. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's ridiculous. Because then you can't say you're a party of the people when you don't want the people to marry each other if they don't look the same or they're not the same race. I mean, come on, man. And that's what's crazy about some of these black Republicans. I get it, your policies, right? And maybe that's what you should do. But I don't know how you can sell your soul or to side with people that don't really like you or don't like your people. You know, because at the end of the day, gotta have a soul, gotta have some integrity, man. And I get, like I said, some of the policies of the Republicans I actually believe in and actually agree with. But you can't side with them or vote for them because they're batshit crazy. Literally batshit crazy. And they lie and cheat and disgusting human beings. As far as I'm concerned. And most people, I think, actually, if you have I don't know. But I don't know, it's just crazy, man. But tonight was really like a jab. But see, I've been thinking about moving to Vietnam anyway. Well, actually, I'm just almost guaranteed moving there. And this kind of moments like this tonight kind of solidifies the reason why I want to move. Because I don't want to live like this. I don't want to live. And like I said, it wasn't even nothing bad. It wasn't even anything bad. Like nothing bad happened. I actually got to have a good conversation with the cop. And so it wasn't anything bad like that. So I don't regret it, nothing like that. But it's just a matter of I shouldn't have to deal with that. I shouldn't have to deal with that. Because we're not doing anything. So you shouldn't harass us. Like, that's harassment, man. Like, literally harassment from the cops and for nothing. It's over-policing, but only over-policing a certain minority. But when, like I said, so I wanted to move to Vietnam. So going to that, you don't get treated like this. And the things you see over there are amazing in Asia. But America, man, it's funny over here, boy. Funny over here, man. But anyway, man, it's gonna be one of my first little videos, man. And it's gonna be some random shit like this because I hate trying to talk to the camera when just as a setup camera somewhere and lighting and all that kind of shit. I really don't care about that kind of stuff, to be honest. I'm not saying I'm not knocking anyone that's doing it, because I think it's dope, and I probably will move to that at some point in this, hopefully, this YouTube journey thing. But this might be one of my first videos I'll post, actually. I post some other videos, but where I'm actually saying some hashtags and all this kind of shit. But yeah, man, I think this is gonna be like I'm gonna say some hard shit in this journey, and I'm actually want to start doing some things out in public, and not interviewing people, having some talks with some people, and trying to see what, because there's some things that I don't agree with the black community, all kind of people, but I try to say impartially and say it just truth is truth as much as I can. As much as I know, I'm not gonna say anything that's not something I truly believe. So this thing gonna be like they still do hashtags? Y'all still do hashtags? I don't know, man. I don't do this shit. So raise the bar, man. And now what? Now what will be some of the things we'll use, but it's gonna be funny, man. Not funny because I'm really looking forward to talking to people out in the public. That shit's gonna be fun, I think, because the niggas will probably want to fight me because of the shit I be saying, and you'll see. But yeah, man. Anyway, I'm about to go and get me some cookies. But yeah, tonight, man, getting me out of here, buddy, because I'm not free here. I want to go somewhere where communists rule the country and I am free to roam around as I please. Which is free, which is a switch from what they say, you know. Going to a communist country, you're gonna be oppressed. You actually go over there, you have more freedom to move around and do shit. And more money to play around with. So best case, win-win, what they say. So yeah, man, anyway, I think it's now what, 1976, I think it's my Instagram or some shit. But I'll post something, I'll link it or whatever. But anyway, man, we'll see. I'm about to start this shit, I think, man. I need to. And then once I move to Vietnam, I'm gonna keep it going. So you'll see, man. You'll see on YouTube. So we'll see. Love y'all, man. I'll see y'all in a little bit.